Hello and welcome. For those of you who don't know, as this is a new YouTube channel for me, my name is Haley, and my spirit name is Soaring Heart Woman. And I have been reading tarot, intuitively reading tarot, oracle cards, and mediumship, as well as energy work for about 18 years now. And this is my first online experience. So I am so pleased to be bringing videos to the collective and to those far-reaching, further than my hometown or province country. And so I'm very excited for that. I always, not always, still trying to get used to my routine as far as for on the camera. But I always start a reading with cleansing the energy and cleansing my space. I like to sit and listen to the energies before I start. Sometimes I will have messages coming in right away, and other times it will be blank, kind of like a blank canvas, and we'll just start when the cards start coming out and things happen like that. So we'll see how this one goes. I feel some like excitement, some giddiness. And what's interesting is in this particular video that I decided to start with cleansing the energy in the video, I think the energy really needs to be cleared out and is really has been like anxious. Like I can feel my heart racing. There's been a lot going on, and my sage and cedar bundle that I pick and wrap myself is still lit and going quite strongly. And so that just proves how much cleansing and how much work needs to be done energetically. 3 of Wands. Interesting. It almost feels tumultuous, like a storm, like a boat out in the storm, rocking the boat. This feels very interesting. Yeah, I feel like with this wands, you see the 3 men seeing the boat off, and it's going off into the sunrise or sunset. And this is direction. This is movement forward. But what I'm finding in this particular deck, it's almost like they're going into the eye of the storm. Yes, you see the sun poking through, but everywhere around it is dark. So it's almost like going into the eye of the storm, trusting that they're going to get to the sun, trusting that they're going to get out of the storm before it actually hits, as it comes in, and the waves are are moving and everything. So I feel like there's this energy of trust, this energy of faith, having faith, trusting in the better outcome, in the best outcome. 3 of Pentacles. You have 2 3s, 33. That came up in one of my other readings. 33. Change, celebration, hard work, mixture. Chemicals A and B equals C. It almost looks too like he is in like the bottom of the boat. See, it's how it's kind of listing to the side and he's hammering on the shield. It's almost like going into the storm, knowing that or going towards it, but knowing that you're going to miss it. But just in case, being prepared. So being prepared for the worst, but having faith and hope that the best outcome will happen. Let's see what else here. King of Cups. This card is amazing. It's a sea of emotion. Dolphins. And he's sitting on his throne and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not worried. It's kind of interesting too, because like in this particular photo, he has a shell necklace that actually kind of reminds me of the Little Mermaid. Of that necklace that she was given when she the necklace that stole her voice. Interesting. Blue. And I'm wearing blue today. Interestingly, I don't often wear blue and this dress, but I felt called to today. Speaking up. Blue, throat chakra. Speaking up. Speaking on your emotions. What you desire. What you love. What you want to work on. Some high anxiety with that. Wow. Yeah, there's lots of anxiety with this, but it's almost like an excitement anxiety. Like there's like anticipation. That's the word, anticipation. Anticipation, going after what you want, finally speaking up, speaking your voice, having the passion to go after what you're wanting and working hard for what you're wanting, but vocalizing it. And seated in your power and not letting anyone change your mind about your passions, about what you want to work for, what you're doing. Magician, you're manifesting it. You're picking out exactly what you want in life, and you're doing it. And I love this card because there's this rooster here right beside the magician, and it looks like he's gonna try and peck on his helmet and be like, "No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's silly. Don't do that." Just kind of like nitpicking and being like, "Why would you do that?" And the magician's like, "I am completely ignoring you. I don't care. Like, whatever." I don't know why I always get that representation, but I get that representation with this particular card. And it kind of makes me giggle. But, and there's a rainbow. So there was a storm, right? So trusting that you're going to make it out of the storm, you're going to see that light. And the Knight of Cups. This is an interesting one because the Knight of Cups in this deck, the horse isn't moving. And they're staying still, standing in the deep waters of his emotion. I mean, there's this massive wave behind him, could potentially wash him away. And he stands there with his cup and his horse. He stands there and he's like, I'm not going to get washed away because I know who I am. I know my emotions. I know my strengths. And other people's emotions, riptides and opinions don't matter because I know who I truly am, because I know my own emotions. Beautiful. And then you have like the Six of Wands, which again, there's this like light. This is the end of the storm, the end of the battle. He's standing there with his flag screaming out, he's won, right? Like he has won. He's gone through the battle or the maze or what have you, and he's come out on top because he had the faith and the trust to do so. It's almost like this anticipation, this excitement energy that I'm feeling is like a knowing energy. It's not like a nervous anxiety like I was anticipating in the beginning, but it's this excited, anticipated, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen because I trust it and I make it happen. So I know what's going to happen. So I'm excited. Let's do this kind of energy, which is so cool. This is unbelievable. The collective that I'm reading for right now is ready for so much change and manifestation within their emotional field. Yeah. Yeah. You see on this Page of Pentacles, young, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like devoid of emotion in the face, observant. And it's almost like you're coming from that place of knowing your emotions. The best way sometimes to know our emotions and to get regulated and emotionally mature is to sit with your emotions and bring one out and kind of like bring it out of your body and observe it. What does it smell like? What does it look like? What color is it? Does it have a taste? Like anything like that. And just observing it from a neutral place outside of the body. And then being able to determine what it is and all of those things, and putting a space to it, and then putting it back in and bringing it back in, because we are all the emotions. They're all good. Anger, happiness, sadness, frustration, joy, all the emotions and the feelings are good. We're supposed to have them. But it's how we deal with them that makes a difference. And so, for instance, I often will go through and do that exercise with my emotions. But as an example, let's say I have some shame or anger. I'll bring that out. I will bring it out of me and have it kind of, I'll picture it in front of me, and I'll find the color and the smell if it has one, or the taste or the shape or all the things. And when I feel like I've I've observed it long enough. I've observed all of the pieces and aspects of it. I then bring it back into my body, put it back in where it's supposed to be. I thank it for being there. And then I breathe out nothing but love and care. And that allows me to regulate and allows me to not be ruled by my emotions, but understand them and see them for what they are. And I feel like with this Page of Pentacles, a lot of the collective that I'm reading for is learning how to do that, or is starting to do that, or has done that in the past. But it's about assessing those different emotional states, and using it to your advantage. And also observing other people's. So this is an observation of how other people are responding or reacting to things around you and around them. And things that might have bothered you 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago, are just not bothering you anymore. You look at it and you're like, you don't have a response to it. You observe it, you see it, you recognize it. You can have empathy for it, or empathy for the person, or what have you, but it doesn't emotionally trigger or affect you, which is really cool. This is emotional maturity at its finest. I also feel like if anyone is having job-related issues, pettiness, drama, gossip, that used to affect you or used to affect your emotional state, that's not happening anymore. You're just like, whatever. And the moment you stop caring, the moment it loses power. No, I don't want to say stop caring. The moment you don't let it affect you negatively, it stops. It doesn't have any power over you, and it actually slows down, and you won't notice it as much. And your work-life balance, your work will improve. Your work life will improve. I feel if some of you have thought about potentially leaving because of this, some of you might, but I honestly, I see more of this mindset change, this emotional reactivity change that makes your work life better, and you'll actually enjoy your job again. So that's for those of you who are in a position or in a job where you're doing what you love, you just don't like the environment. Well, the environment will change. Or you just won't care anymore about that piece of it, and you'll just focus on your work, and then you'll notice that that environment just doesn't seem to be around you anymore. They'll go off and go talk to Bob or Sally or, whoever. If your name is Bob or Sally, then obviously it would be somebody else, but I just see like the Knight of Cups, and here's like the workspace, or if this is family or friends, I feel all this drama, gossip, things are behind you, and you're standing there and you're like, yeah, that doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me. You can observe it and just be like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do my own thing. And then eventually you'll just stop seeing those things, and the things that you want to manifest are what you'll see more of. Queen of Cups. I love it. You've got the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. And what's interesting is the King of Cups has 2 dolphins. The Queen of Cups only has 1. 3 dolphins. I love it. Oh, and she's wearing a blue dress. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, so blue is very important. Speaking up, speaking your mind, vocalizing, potentially doing some throat chakra clearing if you need to. I highly recommend it because this is definitely something that needs to be done. I think it's always good to clear your throat chakra once in a while as well, because it is our truth. Like, the only way that you can be honest and go after what you want and have people treat you the way that you want to be treated is if you speak up and you say it. So speaking your emotional truth, speaking your heart's desire, I'm also getting, if some of you are dealing with a love relationship, or it's new, like it's you're dating, you have broken an old pattern where you stay silent and you don't voice your opinions and what you're wanting. You've broken that pattern. You're now stating the things that you need and you desire. You're paying attention to the red flags. And most importantly, you're paying attention to the emotional maturity of the partner that you are dating. You are really assessing, man or woman, gender is non-specific, energy doesn't matter. Your partner, the partner that you are dating or are interested in, you're really assessing the emotional maturity and stability that they have. Among other things, obviously. But that is going to be a huge factor in your life because you are coming to a place of emotional stability and maturity and you want somebody to match you. And because you're at that state, anyone who comes in to your life without emotional maturity or stability, you can't deal with being around them. It bothers you. And I don't mean in a reactive way. What I mean is it's like, you kind of look at them and you're like, you're very immature. I can't, you're saying to yourself, I can't live with this. Like this isn't something that I'm going to live with. This is like this is a no for me. This is a no. We're not compatible. And it's because of the emotional maturity or sorry, the if the person doesn't have emotional maturity or stability, that's what it is. I think a lot of you in all aspects, career, family, relationships, platonic or romantic, are just asking the question, if this is as good as it's going to get for the rest of my life, day in and day out, this is what it looks like. Can I live with that? Can I live with that? Can I, day in and day out, do this routine, this job, this person, this family member, this friendship, this country, this whatever it is, day in and day out? Can you live with that? Maybe this is the reading for you because of that question. And so I pose the question. Right now, currently, as you watch this, if nothing in your life ever changed. It's as good as it's going to get, and this is where it is. Can you live with that? If the answer is no, and the answer should be immediate. It's either yes or no. There's no maybes. It's a yes or no. If nothing changes and this is as good as it's going to get and this is how it is for the rest of your life, can you live with that? And if the answer is yes, awesome. So good. I'm so excited for you, because that's the state you want to be in, is you want to have a place. And I'm not saying that there isn't hard work. You still have to do hard work. But if you're in a place where you can honestly say that you're happy with your partner and you're happy with your job and you're happy with your living situation and you're happy with your family and you're happy with this and you're happy with that, that's super amazing. I don't think I've ever met anyone that is fully capable of saying that. And so I have people break it down and ask that question, individualizing their life, asking the question for their career, asking their question for a romantic relationship, asking this question for a specific friendship, so breaking it down to every little piece so that you know where you need adjustments or growth or change in your aspects. So for instance, if you're super happy with your love life and you don't want to, the way it is as good as it's going to get, it's never going to change, and you say, absolutely, I'm in love with it, I'm in love with my partner, awesome. So then you move on and you ask the question, if in my career, if this is as good as it's going to get, nothing ever changes, can I live with that? And your answer is no. Well, then diving deeper, assessing why that's a no for you. You have the world. And I love this particular card too, because if you see, got the green space, the heart chakra, right? And it's almost like pulsating. And as it's pulsating, all of this like stress and intensity, right? This intensity, darkness is like being pulled away, pulled out. Now, I know that there's a particular story with this giant. I believe that this is Odin's father, and he dies something with his heart, but I can't remember the story exactly, so I'm not going to really talk on it. But the energy that I'm picking up from this is this piece of following your truth, following your emotional heart, and following what is right for you, and asking the questions. If nothing were to ever change and this was as good as it's going to get, can I live with it? And then releasing what isn't going to work for you, releasing the darkness, releasing, all of that type of energy. And I think you're really excited about this because, like I said, there's this like knowing energy, like it's knowing what's going on, it's knowing what's happening, but being excited about it, like knowing exactly what's going to happen and being super excited. And you're just like, I just want it to start now. I just want it to be now. So I think that's really cool. What's interesting too is this balance of dark. You've got the moon and you've got this darkness. Then you've got the sun and this lightness. So it's like this balance of balancing your life, balancing your emotions, balancing yourself, your inner beast with your I'm getting bunny. I don't know why. That was not what I was going to say, but I heard bunny, fluffy bunny. It's like beast, fluffy bunny. So basically it's just about this like softness, right? Your softer side, your yin and your yang, balancing those out. I feel like because you're balancing yourself, your emotional maturity and state, and self, and what you want to manifest, and you are coming to a state of balance within your body and your emotions and being able to take them out, kind of assess them, bring them back, and just being more content and peaceful in your own life. Other areas in your life will start to become more balanced and more peaceful. And when this happens, as this is happening, there's this like, yay, I'm winning. I'm winning the game of life. Yeah. Yeah. Temperance. This is my 3 card. This is my, I know temperance is not a 3, but temperance, this is why, and you have 3. So the reason I say that is temperance is about alchemical mixtures. Normally she is depicted, or temperance is depicted by 2 different things, typically like water and fire, poured into another cup, and then it creates air. So chemical A, chemical B equals chemical C. And I'm pretty sure I said that at the beginning of the reading with the 3 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles. So you, 1, figured out your passion, what you're wanting. 2, you're putting in the hard work to go after it. Wherever you can put the work in to go after what your passion is, you're doing. And by doing that, by focusing on what you want, knowing it's for you, knowing it'll come in, then 2, working on everything possible that you can do to make it come in without being forceful. You're just putting in the work that is required. 3, it will come in. And when I say working hard, I don't mean, like I said, I'm not to be forceful and not push it to come in. That's not what this is about. It's like a wish or a dream. It is beautiful to have a wish or a dream, but you still have to put in a little bit of work. It's like in school, you decide you want to become a doctor. You want to be a doctor. That is your heart's desire. Great. That's fantastic. That's 1. 2, in order to become a doctor, you have to put a little work in. You have to do the studies. You have to get the degree. You have to do the right work to become that doctor. 3, becoming the doctor. You're not forcing that. You're just taking the steps. You're just taking the steps in order for it to happen. The same with like, you want to be a millionaire. I'm pretty sure every one of us wants to be a millionaire. But there are the millionaires now who made their millions because they decided, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to make money. Or not even specific with that. They just want to say, I want to make money. I want to be a millionaire. And then they allow themselves to be open to any of the ideas and start them off and move them and do the work. They're not sitting on the couch saying, oh, I want to be a millionaire. And then they sit on the couch and watch Netflix all day. They're out marketing. They're out buying products, selling products. They're doing the work. You know, buying a home. I want to buy a home. Okay. What kind of home do you want? Where do you want to live? Why don't you look at those homes, figuring out what kind of floor plan you want? Do you want to build your home? Do you want to buy a home? Do you want to... Those are all working steps towards your goal or your dream or your wish, to allow it to come in. If your dream wish is to have a loving, kind partnership relationship, then working on those things, going on the dates with the potential partners, asking them the questions. Okay, are you emotionally... Obviously, you can't necessarily just say, hey, are you emotionally stable? Because, people lie, unfortunately. But you can ask questions and dive deep and find out who a person is and find out if they're compatible with you or not. Those are taking the steps. That's doing the work. And yet still allowing that manifestation to come in and being open and receptive. If you say you want a blonde hair, blue-eyed partner, or, if you get specific, well, then that's being a little bit more forceful. That's being a little bit more narrow-minded. And then your true person, that person that's going to give you that unconditional love, that's emotionally mature, who's going to give you that loving partnership, might not be able to come in. They might. Your unconditional, loving partner that loves you so completely and fulfills you in so many ways, or compliments you, I should say, not fulfills, but compliments you in so many ways, could be blonde hair, blue eyes. But why chance risking your happiness with these things by being narrow-minded about looks or things like that? So just being open to the manifestation. Ace of Cups. So being open to the manifestation, putting in the work, still being open-minded of how that looks, kind of letting go of the specifics of it, but still working hard towards that goal. And it will come in for you. It will. It will come in. And you'll be so excited the way it comes in. Okay, I love this. This is amazing. This actually came out before I saw the Ace of Cups, but I was busy talking and didn't get to it yet. So I clearly needed to come out after the Ace of Cups. But Ten of Swords. That's amazing. Okay, so in this particular deck, the swords are not in anybody. There's no pain. There's no pain. There's some sadness or sorrow because you can tell that there are people that have perished. But I don't want to say but. There were people or things that had to die in order for the new beginning. And the grieving and sorrowful pieces and time are over. You can see there's this darkness, right? All of the swords, but behind the tree is the sun. A new day rises, a new beginning starts. And again, there's not one person here that has a sword in them. So the pain is not there anymore, right? Nobody's dying. Nobody is hurt and bleeding out. The things that no longer work in your life are now buried deep beneath the earth. They're no longer in your life. Allowing for the new beginning. And allowing for that cup. That change, that excitement, that you knew it was coming. And this is emotional. This is balanced emotional well-being. And recognizing that and stepping into that and stepping into the idea of, I'm emotionally mature and stable. And I expect those that want to be around me and those that will be in my life to be emotionally stable and mature. And if you're not, well then you're not going to be in my life, or I will be spending very little time with you. And this is, again, job related, people related. Take it how it resonates for you. But especially if if you're single or freshly in a relationship or dating around multiple partners for potential, and I don't mean just casually dating. I mean, if you're dating or single and wanting to date to find your partner, you're serious about getting a life partner, you're not taking on anyone that is emotionally immature. And you'll see it. You'll see little things. They'll be jealous, or they'll be snooty because maybe you didn't respond right away. Or it feels like they're playing games. Intuitively, and you feel like they're playing games. It's not right for you. That's not emotional maturity. If they have a problem with something, let's say they had a problem with how you brought something up. Maybe you had a problem, but they had a problem with how you brought it up because it triggered something in them from a past or whatever. And they bring it up hey, I want to touch base because this thing happened. And then I felt like this. I have my own stuff that I have to deal with, but I wanted to let you know that this is kind of what's been going on for me. Or if they can, let's say you have an issue with something and you bring it up. Do they sit there and listen to you? Or do they try to turn it around? Do they say, well, you do this? Well, I was busy. Well, I was tired. Well, what about you? Why don't you do? That's not emotional maturity. That is not emotional stability. That is not green flags for a relationship, a life partner, if that's what you're looking for. So just being really conscious of that. And I think you are. I think you've come to a place where you are so self-regulated in your own, and your confidence, right? This magician is the epitome of confidence. Okay. So your confidence in yourself and knowing yourself and knowing your emotions and where you are and your stability gives you a power and understanding and want for the exact same stability and maturity in your partner. Don't settle for anything less. I don't think you will. The cards are clearly stating that you won't, but I just have to say it. And that's for some of you. Some of you, this is more career related, like I said, with the gossip thing, and you're just choosing to observe and ignore it and not engage. And eventually they won't even come to you. You won't even see it because they know that you're not going to engage with it. Dude, power. This is seriously confidence. Like this is like sitting in your power, in your confidence. No. You can't faze me. You can't faze me. Wow. I think... Okay. Uh-huh. So, Two of Wands I saw earlier flipping around in the deck. So, interestingly, it came out. I almost took it before, but I didn't. And it came out. So, this one... This is all about instinct, intuition. I know it's the Two of Wands and it's supposed to mean going after what you want, which is true because your instincts and your intuition tell you to go after what you want. But if you see in this particular deck, he's blindfolded and he has to choose which path he's going to go on. So he has to rely on his instincts and his intuition to pick the right path. And he does. Because he has the confidence in himself and the confidence in his abilities to do so. The Lovers. I saw that actually when I was shuffling the deck when I first got it out too. This is light and dark balance again. And I love this one because this is a very platonic love. Like the energy that I'm feeling is very platonic. So this just means for life, love for the things in your life. There's a golden apple and a little instrument. So music might be, music and dance might be something that somebody is interested in and maybe something that you need to pursue more of as a hobby, or maybe it is professionally, or you're wanting to professionally. But this is a very platonic love, feeling, energy that I'm getting. And it is about life love. Loving your life love. And you have to love your life, love yourself, and love your life. And love the things in it and around it. Otherwise, you're not truly living. You're surviving. You're getting through. Technically, you still have a heartbeat. But you're not loving life. Your passion isn't there. Whoa. And Two of Cups. Connection. Mirroring. There's a lot of duality in this reading. A lot of duality. A lot of balance. And again, like in this card, and even in the Lovers too, right? In the Lovers and in this one, there's a rainbow. So there was a storm. There was some muddy waters. You know, maybe some of you that are in a relationship that are struggling, you're going to need to voice your heart's desire, what's troubling you, and work on it, and being emotionally mature about it between the two of you. If one of you is emotionally mature and wanting to work on it and the other one isn't, that's hard. That's really hard. And if that's something you're going through, it hurt for you. I feel that for you. But this connection, this piece that's going to continue is about happiness and about connection and about emotional maturity. You can't have this type of connection. I mean, they're entwining. You see in their cups, they're entwining their emotions together. They are committed to each other in their emotional growth together and are willing to work on it. They've gone through the storms and come out the other end. This is not about a traumatic or abusive relationship. This is simple facts. When things go wrong or they have an issue in the relationship, they talk about it and they fix it. and Two of Swords. There's a decision that needs to be made. Interesting. I had the story of this in my head, and now it like literally just like left. It's just gone. I was just going to talk about it, and for the life of me, I can't remember it. But you'll see here, like in the back, there's a person in the tree, and there she is with her swords, sitting there, waiting. She knows the right path. She knows what to do, and she's almost like safeguarding that. Yeah, that reminds me of the Page of Pentacles in the sense that you are protecting yourself, not being closed off, but just if like in work, you know, the gossip and that, you're just like closing off from that. You're like, yeah, I don't need to hear that. I don't need to be involved in that. So just leave it alone, or leave me alone. Don't tell me. I don't need to know about that. You're blocking. You're blocking all negative forces. You're blocking all negative aspects, and you're keeping the balance within yourself. People aren't going to be able to affect you. It might irritate a few people. I can see it irritating a few people, but nobody's going to be able to affect you. When all of this is said and done, nobody can affect you. And yeah. Aw, yeah, because you're going to be stable. Aw. See? The 4 pillars. That's the beginning of the foundation of building a home. The 4 points to create. Oh, I love this. Aw. The sun is peeking through. Yeah, you're not letting go of your stability and your happiness in life. Queen of Swords. Come at me, sucker. Come at me. You're not going to win. You're not going to win because I am emotionally stable. I am good with my life. I've got my emotions. They're good. I've got my passion. It's good. I've got my physical, my material space. It's good. And you cannot rock me. You cannot change my mind. You cannot influence me or manipulate me. I have me. And that's all that matters. And I'm in love with life. You cannot do anything wrong to me. You can't. You literally, like, you were able to build an entire bubble around you of amazing energy. Like, this is unreal. It's a lot of work. You've been through it. You've done a lot of work, a lot of internal work, a lot of emotional work. But your payoff is going to be amazing. Nobody will rattle you. I mean, nothing can rattle you. After this, you're going to be so balanced. You're going to be in such a state where it's like nothing can affect you. I mean, look at her face. She's just like, you can try. You can try. What's interesting too is that she carries a bit of that. She carries a bit of that blue. So it's like the Queen of Cups has flourished into the Queen of Swords. Your emotional balance has allowed you to integrate into your full truth and your knowing. So she's got the blue for her emotion, understanding her emotion, controlling her emotion, but she's got the white dress on, which is your higher self, your power, your confidence, your knowing who you are, knowing your truth, knowing that you accept you and your life, and you're going to do what you want to do, what your passions are, and you're making a fulfilling life for yourself. You're making that a priority, and you're not letting anyone change your mind. You are solid. Like, you literally have like and I hate to use this term because sometimes like walls are not always good, but you literally have a wall on your mental state where it's like, you cannot trespass. You cannot manipulate me. You cannot get through. This is who I am. This is how I am. And I'm going to make my life the best life that I will ever have. And that's the kind of state you want to be in. You want to be in that manifesting magician emperor state of, I am going to make this life the best life ever for me. And doing the steps to do that. Wow. See, so that's the energy, that's that excited energy that I was feeling in the beginning. This anticipation, excited energy, because guess what? This is happening. You're excited for your life. You're excited for the beginning. You know that you're for more. You know that there's more out there. And you're ready to grab it and take it. Yeah, that's the anticipation and excitement is you. Yeah, that's it. You know that there's something better for you. And you know that you're meant to love your life. And this is just confirmation to do it. Get up and do it. Take the steps because it's there for you. You are supposed to be happy and love life. And you do what you need to do in order to do that. You do what you need to do in order to do that. All right. So with that, I am calling this reading. It is done. It went a little longer than I anticipated. But I do hope that you enjoyed it. Remember to not give any of your power away to any tarot card reader and or readings. Ultimately, you have free will and choice in life. So remember that always. And these are for entertainment purposes. So I hope you enjoyed it. Love you guys. And we'll chat later. Bye.